Ooh, I smell. I'm guessing there's a short in here somewhere. Just playing detective time. Hey, look at that, a shorted out LED. Ah, service calls. They're so much fun. Hey! Well, good morning. Welcome back to the job site. Today, we're doing a service call. Something we haven't done on this channel yet. Probably do a lot more of. Shouldn't be too crazy, just this little raceway sign coming into view here. Installed this, oh, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years ago. And I feel like I've already worked on this sign once since then. I think it was just a short, I really can't remember. So they sent me a picture of just the radiance being out. Skin and laser and then the logo were working. Let's see if I can see in here. Okay, that's definitely working. That is definitely not. All right, I think we gotta pop some covers off. It's probably just a power supply, if I had to guess. Ooh, I smell. I smell shorted wire. So that's probably what it is, probably just another short. It's only one thing that smells like burning wire. It's burning wire. Yeah, it's stinky in there. Let's go get the other side off. It's kind of the cool thing about LEDs, tons of cool things about LEDs, is they're really, really easy to fix if you have the right parts. That's kind of the kicker. So I gotta try and track down what is shorted out here. Let's see, is it flashing? Nope, it is just dead. So there's two power supplies here, and it just goes down a piece of conduit into the lower raceway. So I just gotta figure out which one's which. Okay, that's for the lower one, that's for the upper one. So I'm still not entirely sure this power supply is bad, but seeing how when I was turning the switch on and off, it didn't even flicker or blink. Sometimes it'll just blink if there's a short, but I mean, since it is reasonably easy to do, just change the power supply out, because then you know it is working. You have a brand new one, and then you troubleshoot it from there. Because it is about time that this needs to be replaced anyways. And disconnect the secondaries. Good old France sign products. I'm guessing there's a short in here somewhere. There's gotta be. It's a question of which letter. So when you do enough service calls like I have, they're pretty much run-of-the-mill. Like, you know what's going on before you even get there. But that's not always the case. So you have to be a detective as much as anything else. But like I said before, LEDs are just very simple, and there's common points of failure. It's either the power supply or the LEDs themselves. Okay, so that's all in. Still nothing. All right, so it's process of elimination. That's really all servicing signs is. Just plain detective time. Hey, look at that, a shorted out LED. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. If you can see that there, that nice burnt up wire, that's what I smelled as soon as I got here. So unfortunately, I don't have that type of LED. But what I can do is just bypass it. So there'll be a little bit of a dim spot. Yeah, because those are just a nasty LED. Yeah, I want to say the reason this shorted out is because it is so low in the letter. So it's so low in the letter, and even though there is a drain hole, you can kind of see it right there. Water still builds up in here. You can kind of see evidence of it on that side as well. So then water gets up to the LED and then it just shorts. And unfortunately, it happens quite a bit. Especially with just how small this sign is, trying to squeeze all this stuff in there, pain in the butt. So I am just gonna cut this off, see what happens. Something should be happening now. God, it really smells bad. I should be getting something. I guess there's another short somewhere. So there very well could be. Again, with these small letters, it's probably where I see it the most is in these small letters. Oh, that's fine. Ah, service calls. They're so much fun. Oh, hey look, another one. It's another short. Again, in the bottom of the sign. Oh, that one's real bad. Yucky. Hey! Alright, just kind of a shame I don't have the right LEDs to fix it. That's a weird thing about signs. Tons of weird things about signs, but like I have probably 300 feet of LEDs on my truck. but I don't have these. This is really like the only sign I've seen them in. Kind of makes me miss fluorescent and neon, just because it was just lamps, just different sizes of lamps. They were all the same. They looked the same standards. I don't know, I'm just waffling on about what it's like to be a service guy. There was a time where I did exclusively service for several years. So you get pretty good at it. You figure out like the ins and outs and little things that make things go a little quicker. Like even with this, I probably just could have started popping covers off and found that short a lot faster, but you know, it's a nice day. I'm not gonna complain. Still rather be outside, even when it's cold. Oh, I got you. This is my office. Can you imagine being stuck inside on a day like today? Some of you probably are. I apologize. I meant nothing by it. I love my job. All right, sign. It's working. Well, 100%. It's hard to tell with these other ones, but you can see that. Okay, let's cover back on. Let the lovely people in here know our sign is fixed. Another thing about the sign industry I love being a part of is seeing the looks on people's faces and just how happy they are when their sign is fixed or their sign is installed. Because for a lot of these people that we do work for, you know, they're not big corporations. We do work with a lot of them, but you know, they're just your little mom and pop stores or your little franchise owners and, you know, people just trying to make a living. So they've been, you know, spending all this money and all this time getting this dream of theirs off the ground. Everything comes together, and the last thing generally is the sign, and it's just kind of the cherry on top of all their dreams. And just to see everything come together and just be part of that makes it all worth it. I love that part. It's a very small part, and it doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it really makes it worthwhile. I mean, there's tons of installs I've done where they could care less. So yeah, I just spent all day doing this and, you know, busting my butt to get it done. And they're like, yeah, okay, thanks. Or not even a thank you. She's like, all right. Like it's just another thing for them. But I don't like to complain much. But when I do, it's usually with good reason, usually. Well, that's a pretty typical run-of-the-mill service call. Usually doesn't get that complicated. Most of the time it's just the power supply that needs to be replaced. I do like it when it's that easy though. Well, thanks for joining me, seeing what I do on a day-to-day. Yeah, this one was pretty standard, pretty easy, almost too easy. But yeah, I love working on signs. I love fixing stuff. I love figuring it out, unless it's just an absolute nightmare, a complete pain in the butt. Well, thanks for sticking around. We'll see you in the next one.